So here I'm just going to walk through a couple items I'm going to put into my categories. Just some random arbitrary stuff that I can add in here real fast to show you how this operates. Now, if there's already categories built, then you can select one, or if you have a new one, you can just type it in. Either way, and just as long as the categories are spelled the same, and then they'll land in the right spot. And it takes about, as you can see, once everything runs, the graph will run, and then the percentages will run in the list items. So just a couple more examples, and then we'll get moving on this. So here's the code for our categories graph and chart. We start off with some variables. We're going to find out the height, and we're going to make the labels that go to the charts clear. Now here's the width, and we're going to go ahead and figure these out, and this will tell us how big we want the chart to be, the donut chart. The current chart data would be right off of the documentation. So as you can see here, here's your basics. And you can obviously just go right here for the documentation. What they're going to need mainly is some numbers and some labels. And once you plug those in, they will do the rest. And as you can see here, here's all the labels will go here. There's the width and the height. Once again, some more the labels here. And the series is where the actual numbers go, so that you can tally it up to the 100%. Now, as far as our categories are concerned and our amounts, we're building out a JSON that basically looks like this. Let me see here. Yeah. So we've got a name, an amount, and a category. And as long as you have those in this format, it's going to work fine for our application. It's stored in local storage. Now the category field, basically, if something's selected in the category, then it will get filled down here. That's what that is. And available categories, this is referring to this. So we'll go through all of the object, and each one of these will be checked to see if it's already in there. If it's not in there, it will be added. And so each one is represented one time. And as you can see here, we're going to build out that options menu. And we'll start off with category, total is 0. Now, we can do categories and category total. So we'll just add them all up and have a total amount. And we'll also have the available categories HTML, which is right here. That's where we put it into the select menu. And we're building out our labels for the current chart data. And the chart will render after a set 1 second after this has been loaded up. Now, when it comes to the build total. This runs in the beginning. It runs when something's added and when something's deleted. First we check to see if there's something in local storage, and if so, that will be the amount list. Otherwise, we're going to just start with 0, nothing in there. And we'll get this lined up so we can start building some HTML. And we go through the amount list, and we create our categories, and we get our total amount. Here's where we do our line items, and at the end it will have a total based on the category as well. And we will also be plugging this HTML into the categories list target, and we'll get the total amount at the bottom. So it would be like this right here. And now we go through the amount list, and we're going to go ahead and set up a spot for the amounts to go. And within that line item, we're going to be applying the amounts. So we want to have a target for each one of them. And we're also going to have a total for each category. So we're going to find these out. And as long as it's not undefined, we're going to, current category totals will be right here. And we just keep adding those. And so we can plug them in their respective category total. And at the end of it all, once this is all lined up, we want to give it a couple seconds, and then we're going to add the percentages. As you can see here, is where we put our percentages, which would be right there. Now if we want to add something, obviously we have a validation, so I validate all these. And if there's something missing, I have an error, and we can stop this if we add an error. And then when we check it again, we clear them all out, and we do it again. And here's where we actually build out the JSON one at a time when we're doing the adds, and then we clear the fields, and we run the build total. Same thing goes for delete. We basically go through the amount list, and we know which item is being deleted. And so as long as it's not that number, we put to temp amount list, and then we store it again, and then we build again. Now if I just want to clear the entire data, which is over here, that's where we just basically reset our objects. We clear out our HTML, we do some hiding, and then we toggle a few things and basically tell it that there's no data anymore. And then from there we build. Now this is just the download. So like if you wanted to download this, that's how you do it. And this has been used in a couple other applications, so I've just pasted it over. It's where you actually get the data and create it into JSON for a download option. And here's an upload. So if you want to merge it or just basically add it, you get that option here. So onload function, determine what it is, make sure that it's JSON, and then we basically have uploaded it here, and then we build the total. Here we're merging it. We save as local storage and build the total. And then we do a little bit of hiding, and we do the success alert. So that's how we upload. Anyway, this is free for anybody to use. As you can see here, it's available on my GitHub. If you want to use the actual thing for free, it's right here. And let me know if you have any questions.